Yeah, welcome to Immortal Guide number 1. We're going to be talking about commands in this one. Application of commands, how to use them, what to do with them, what's the expected outcome of using said command, what is the main goal of using that. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So let's start with the basic string, which is going to be always triple Z, right? Okay, so this one, the main goal is always to get MP. So as you can see here, normally this is the basic loop that we're going to be using, right? It can be looped into a lot of things. It can be looped into a launch, like that. And it can be looped into a dash, like that. Into our MIDI normal, which is going to be described a little bit later on. It can be into a dash jump. It can be into this, right? So in general, like it's pretty versatile. It can be used into anything. The same thing applies to this, right? But it takes more input, right? So aside from that, well, this is our main resource gainer. This is also one of our commands that is going to do damage if we combine it with an X rub. So the full string is this, right? As we can see here. So you're only gonna use the last part if you're trying to throw someone off of a cliff or off of a platform. That's the main goal of it. The forward C is mainly what we're gonna be using, right? So once you're more advanced into playing the character in movement, this is gonna be your main combo. As you can see, it's really fast. It is pretty versatile. It can get you pretty much anywhere. And it does good damage if you are using X on top of it, right? Look. So, that is going to be your main combo that you're going to be using for damage and resource gain at the same time, right? It's like your bread and butter once you learn it, right? So, it's fast, gets a lot of MP. You're rocking your passive pretty much all the time. If you see the yellow buff on the right side on the screen, you're gonna be proccing every 5 seconds. That is your damage increase. You can swap auras in the middle of it if you want to swap to damage or resource gain. Right, this is resource gain. This is damage. So yeah, that is one of the main things that you do want to learn. Number 1, right? Number 2, well, we have this is pretty much outdated. A lot of people don't use it that much anymore. It has some applications to it, mainly tanking a couple of hits. But the main reason why people don't use it is because it has a negative PvP modifier, so you don't do as much damage as it should be doing in normal gameplay or normal dungeon, right? So this would be the command. So it's not that not that bad, because you're fully super armored throughout the whole thing up until the end, and it can be changed into a launch. The moment that you select the end of the chain, you're out of super armor, as you can see. So you gotta keep that in mind. You can do a stalling option, which would be double X. As you can see, it does good damage. It triggers your passive, so it would be a good option. So 1 into pretty much X, and then a launch, right? If you're gonna do it that way. A lot of Immortals are just gonna be using, as I said, this one or this for launching. Not a lot do this, right? But it is up to you if you want to use it. I personally don't like using it. Barely. Sometimes I'm forced to use it, but I'm not really that fond of that command. But it's not one of your options, right? Now we got our stab, right? Stabbing got nerfed. You used to be able to do the full command even in the middle of the air, as it would teleport you down, like snap you down into the ground, but that got nerfed. So this is mainly to side swap, as you can see. it pulls people, right? So let's say if I take this guy over here and I pull him out, I would be able to side switch, as you can see. This can be done as well in platforms. Well, obviously since it's low, he's gonna get pushed more, but still, like the principle stays. And it's good for delaying mana breaks. Since it's doing a heavy hit stun there, right? You delay their charge, you know, their mana break charge. The applications are there. It's not that common to use, but it's an option, right? That will be pretty much it, like as an extension. That's about it. All right. Now we got our main approach. This is the command that we're gonna be spamming pretty much in the ground the whole time, right? This. As you can see, it's pretty much really solid. It's protected. It's fast. It's a side swap. It's blue bubble into itself. As you can see, it does have high KD. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty much 8 to 9 uses. So that will be that. Okay. So usages of this pretty much going down platforms, traversing platforms like this. As you can see, I'm going from one platform to the other. I'm not dropping to the one in the middle. This requires timing. If I do it too fast, I'm gonna fall down. So it does require time, as you can see. It's pretty much, you can activate it at the end. You can wait a couple, like a half a second. The moment that he does the whole thing, like you see the arc of the sword? The moment that the sword goes all the way to the back, you cannot follow it up, right? So you gotta be fast with it. So yeah, mainly traversing through platforms, going down platforms safe until you touch the ground, right? So that's the main goal of this, right? Another thing that you can be using with this, for example, would be side swapping. So I'm gonna do this, right? So let's say I have 2 people here, and I'm comboing this guy. Let's say this guy's all the way to here, right? So I can do like this, right? Get them together a little bit more, like this, right? There, I gathered both of them at the same time. So yeah, it can be linked into other applications of actives, but I'm gonna touch up on that subject shortly after, right? So that's gonna be for the next video. So next one would be this, the launch. Honestly, a lot of people only use the 2 parts. It's pretty hard for the whole thing to like land, as you can see. So most guys are just gonna be using this. Most players. It can be used to snipe people off platforms sometimes and get you like a confirm, right? Like that. This has applications on most maps. The range got nerfed, but it's really strong, right? It can be used as a saving tool, but don't like overuse it. Pretty much that will be that. So we, as I said, main traversal, main neutral tool we're gonna be using. There's that. And well, yeah, a launch that not a lot of people use, but there, right? You can loop it on the wall, just style on people, but don't try to use it that often. Most of the time you just go for the dash heads. Okay. So next one. Okay, so this right here, honestly, it's alright. I like the button. The first 2 hits are really strong. Why? Because it's giving me a meaty hitbox that is traveling with me the whole time. I am protected while doing the button or the command, as you can see, because I'm in super armor. And if I need to, I can follow up with a cross up, right? Or more like a face through. So well, normally you cannot do the whole thing because, as you can see, it fails. Most of the time, the moment that you land the second one, right? that's when you can do the cross up. But if you combine it like this, the whole command is gonna miss. So it's only gonna be if you land the second part, then yeah, you can do a traversal or the cross. So yeah, again, mobility with a hitbox, MIDI with a cross up if need to be. Okay, that will be pretty much all the dashes we have in the launch, right? In the stab. So, now let's move on to up C. As outlined in the other videos, up C and up X and dash up jump C and dash jump X, they get a really huge margin of applications. Like, they're more versatile, whenever you learn how to like do cuts, right? For example, this will be a normal up C. If I add movement into it, it would be something like this, right? So I'm throwing a hitbox out while still being mobile, right? I can still move. If I have hyper axle, right? And I'm gonna show you real quick. I would be able to, like, for example, this, right? If I cancel my my skill at the same time, at the correct time, I can do a dive cut, or if I need to be, I can just readjust, right? Like that, right? So that's the main thing about mobility in up C and dash X. You can stop your momentum, so you can go from this to this, from this to this, right? As you can see. So really important to know and really important to learn to movement in general. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which is gonna be dash CCZ. This command, honestly, it's not that good. It doesn't KD anymore because you get a projectile at the end. That projectile can be used if you want spacing, as you can see here. You're gonna sit to save. And sometimes you can storage the last word, as you can see, right? So for example, if I have a guy here on the platform, like this, and I do the whole thing, sorry, as you can see, I can take that knife down with me. So it's not that common to use, but it's a small little niche trick that you can learn how to use, right? Same thing if you cancel it into a platform. It's a little bit complicated and hard to do, honestly. So a lot of people don't use it. As you can see, I storage it there. So yeah. Now let's move on to the other one that we have, which would be this. Okay, so this same command damage as always. Although the thing is that the second X is vitality. So it's not that, it's not as strong as Night Emperors or Genesis, but it's still good. It does give good MP. So you can see I get 11 to 10 MP every time that I hit that second X. So it's good, and the physical damage multiplier is high as well, so it's usable. If you want to like do burst damage, this would be like usable. Ideally, you want to do it on destruction. Is only the first hit, right? The second hit, it doesn't get anything from destruction. So you want to do it on vitality, right? So you can link it into this, right? So for example, like that. And the last hit in general, it's good if you're trying to 2v1. What do I mean by this, right? So I can do the whole thing, as you can see, and I get super armor. And it's loopable into itself. So if you don't want to do this, you can do it like this, or you can do, and it gives a little bit more MP, and it procs your passive. So yeah, that will be pretty much the main usage of it. You can link it into like Mirage, like that. So it's really versatile. But most of the time you're gonna be only using the first hit. As for out of platform, off of platforms options, it's also good as well. It behaves the same way as this, pretty much. Most of the time you can like latch into it, or do this to cancel it and skip into the last 2 points. So yeah, now we're gonna go to the best normal that this character has. This is the normal that you're gonna be abusing the most, especially if you're trying to approach from the air, or if you're trying to camp somebody out, and it would be the dive. So this right here. Okay, so as you can see, it has a projectile attached to it. It's really versatile. Overall, really strong. And well, the projectiles do, storage as well. So it's really, really strong. So in neutral, you're either gonna be doing this most of the time, or diving. Especially if you're, like going close to like a platform, you can like cancel it as well. The moment that you commit to this command, you cannot input the dive, right? It's not that I can, like for example right there, I cannot go down with the dive. So I have to like commit to the whole thing if I want to do that. As for the hitbox, well, it does disappear after some time. As you can see, it's not active the whole time, but it is really, really, really heavy hit stun. So it is extremely strong. The hitbox is like multi-hitbox, as you can see here. Everything is vitality as well. Well, the little swords that you're shooting down, it's destruction, but it also has really good MP recovery ratio, as you can see here. Like, it combos into itself, and it pretty much does a lot of things, right? So this is one of the commands that you're gonna be using the most. I don't recommend it to spam it a lot. Why? Because, well, a good player is gonna exploit the gap that it has. Like if you notice at the start, I'm not full in super armor, right? So the first, up until this point, I can be like, if another elbow comes in with me in super armor and like up-sees me, he's gonna cook me, right? He's actually gonna beat me out of my own option. So that's why. But yeah, pretty much that'll be all the commands, applications when it comes to like 2v1ing and 3v 2v1ing would be, for example, like CZ, scene, swap one, go back. Stuff like that, right? So that will be pretty much everything for commands, applications and everything, the combo routes, pretty much. That will be the basic kit that you gotta learn. How to use your commands, and how to use your skills as well, right? So that'll be part number 1 on how to use your commands as Immortal, applications that they may have outside of like their base usage, which is just hitting people, throwing hitboxes out, doing lingering hitboxes, meeting, storaging. So everything got covered in this video, most of it. I would say it was pretty complete. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna go straight into part number 2, which is going to be skill usage. All right, so I'll be part number 1.